Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some more NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now more specifically, the build that I have for you today happens to be the best Russell Westbrook build in the entire game, and ladies and gentlemen, this might be one of the best short point guard builds in the game. Now for those of you who don't know, Russell Westbrook recently became a Los Angeles Clipper after getting traded from the Lakers to the Jazz, then getting bought out by the Jazz and getting signed to the Clippers. And I'm not gonna lie, his debut game was impeccable. 17 points with 4 rebounds, 14 assists, whilst falling out in a second OT in a double OT loss to the Kings in a 176 to 175 game. Now, after that performance, you know I had to make this man a build. Plus, for those of you who do know, I am low-key an undercover Clipper fan. So getting straight into it, Russell Westbrook starting point guard, right-handed, jersey number 0 for the Los Angeles Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Playing alongside Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, two of my favorite players of all time. Height-wise, he does come in at 6'3" and apparently weighs currently 200 pounds. For his wingspan, they say it's about 6'7", so that's what we decided to go with. And then body shape-wise, we decided to keep him solid. Now, getting straight into that, actually before we get straight into the attributes, I do gotta say shout out to all of you for all the support you've been showing to the channel. Thank you for watching the videos, liking the videos, dropping comments, interacting with the community posts. It is really appreciated. But I do gotta say, if you like today's video and you want to see more content like this, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. We are aiming for at least 30 likes on this video. Y'all get really close to it, but seem to be struggling to hit it recently. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And also, lastly but not least, don't forget to drop a comment down below telling me what you think about the build, whether you like it, hate it, whether you think Westbrook is a perfect fit in Los Angeles, as well as any other builds you guys might want to see me make on the channel. Lastly, don't forget to join the Discord. Link will be in the comment section. Join it because we are doing a lot of talking in there. Now, first things first, we decided to get the physicals out the way. I gave this build some of the best physicals I've ever given on any build, which was an 87 speed and an 87 excel paired up with an 90 stamina and a 70 vertical. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, yo, that doesn't allow us to get elite contact dunks or small contact dunks. Well, the truth of it is, how many of you really truly use those? On average, a larger percent of people don't use them, in which case you might as well just stick with the pros because they are still nice and they still get the job done. So, which is why we decided to go with the driving dunk of 86. An 85 is what you need for the pros, but an 86 gives you that gold limitless takeoff. And then when it came to the driving layup, decided to go with an 84 because I was trying to get at least gold acrobat on this build, as well as getting the badge count up to an 18, because then you can core gold limitless takeoff and slap on posterizer and then have your choice of the lower tier badges. Now, shooting wise, Westbrook did not have a great shooting night that night. He shot like 50+% from the field, but from 3, I think he shot about 25%. And that's something we've known about him throughout his entire career, which is why I decided to go with an 86 when it came to the mid-range jump shot because it gave us that Hall of Fame guard up, and then a 76 when it came to the 3-ball just because he wasn't shooting amazingly, but still, let's put a little bit of respect on the man's name. Now, when it comes to free throw, I decided to go with a 70 because, yeah, you got to have a little bit of free throw on these builds, especially if you're taking them into the wreck, because nobody wants to get hacked and then have to miss hella free throws. Now, as you can see, this does allow you to finish with 21 total shooting badges. You don't get any of the clutch 3-point shooting badges at anything higher than bronze in Agent 3, Deadeye, and Limitless. Technically, we could have got Deadeye at silver by, you know what I'm saying, putting up that 3, but we weren't going to do that. But you do get gold blinders, which if I'm you in this case, I'd core blinders and then mess around with the tier 2s and tier 1s and tier 2s. I wouldn't really mess with any of the other tier 3 badges except for maybe Deadeye, just because, yeah, this build is not meant to be a 3-point marksman. But playmaking wise, the build does come with some insanity in the fact of Hall of Fame quick first step, as well as Hall of Fame playmaking, in that it gets Hall of Fame dimer, floor general, break starter, ankle breaker, special delivery. Like, it basically gets all the things you need to be a floor general point guard. And then when it came to the speed with ball, we decided to go with a 79 because it does give us that +1 badge point. Plus, as you can see, we get gold clamp breaker and killer combos. If I'm you in this situation, I'd core killer combos. I'd slap on handles for days at silver, and then from there it's your choice of how you want to run it. Personally speaking, you should at least run floor general and dimer because, as I said, the man had 14 assists in the game, which is kind of respectful. Now, on the defensive side of things, this is where the build, I'm not gonna lie, it's a sleeper because it does come with an 86 when it comes to that perimeter defense, as well as a 90 when it comes to the steal, allowing you to get silver glove and clamps, as well as gold challenger and interceptor. When it came to the block, we decided to put it up to a 58 just because we wanted to get the badge count up a little bit, because as you can see, no, actually it wasn't even for the badge count, sorry, it was for the badge count, let me not play myself. And then when it came to the rebounding, we decided to go with a 68 when it came to the defensive rebound, just because that gives us a +1 here. And then when it came to the offensive rebound, we decided to go with a 58 because, again, we were aiming to get, don't mind me, this is because of this right there. So if we do that, we were aiming to get a +1 here as well, which allows us to finish with 23 total defensive badges. Now, my key thinking here is, if you really want to be tricky with it, you could slap on some of the +4 you get from playing the My Career games on defense, because in that case, you could court challenges, slap on glove, clamps, and interceptor. I don't know why I went over interceptor and said challenger, but if you slap the wait, hold on, how much would you need? 12, 19. Damn, you might not be able to do that. Yeah, you won't be able to do that. But either way, the possibilities, you could slap on a nice combination where you core interceptor or core challenger and slap on glove and clamps to pair alongside them. And then, yeah, defensively, ain't nobody blowing by you at the perimeter. Now, as you can see in total, that does mean that we finished with 23, 46, 67, 85, plus the +4 you get from finishing through My Career, 89 total badge points on this here Russell Westbrook build, which in my personal opinion is something insane. Now, when it comes to takeovers, the very first one I always go with when it comes to Westbrook happens to be pull-up precision, because as much as, you know what I'm saying, his shooting isn't always on point, the one thing about him is he has a crazy mid-range pull-up game. And then for the secondary takeover, technically you could run this as your first. I'd go team ratings boost, just because for some reason he has the capabilities of making the players on the floor with him sometimes better and sometimes worse. But when he makes them better, he makes them a whole lot better. Now, as you can see, the players we do manage to get in the shades of for this build happen to be none other than Baron Davis, Drew Holiday, and Lonzo Ball. And the build name happens to be a two-way mid-range playmaker. Now, I ain't gonna lie, all these dudes here, they technically are. Lonzo isn't as much of a two-way mid-range playmaker because of the fact that he shoots a lot more threes than middies, but that's because that's how teams are known to play. But hey, they are all two-way playmakers, so I gotta respect it. Now, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, because we're currently on the road to 1,800 subscribers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And lastly but not least, don't forget to drop some comments down below. Tell me what you think about the build, whether you like it, hate it, whether you'd run it yourself, as well as any other builds you guys might want to see me make on this channel. I will not lie, we were meant to make a Ray Allen build, but low-key, after Russ's performance, you know I had to make one for the Brodie. But yeah, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.